What's the word, beautiful people? And welcome back to Really Honestly Truly, your new favorite self-love podcast, where we are decoding self-love by helping you to determine how you are self-sabotaging so that you can begin to create a life that you love through conscious acts of what? Self-love. I'm your host, Marika of Marika's Catalog, and I'm happy to be back. And what brought me back is today's topic. Because I've been scrolling on TikTok. It's a hot topic right now. It's a hot topic. Especially if you are into podcasts and if you follow B. Simone, and I think her name is Megan Brooks. No, her first name is Megan, but y'all know the Know For Sure podcast. So I've been seeing all over TikTok, all over Instagram of how they're no longer friends, which is shocking to me. Granted, I've never really watched their podcast. I follow B. Simone, and then I saw that her and Megan launched a Know For Sure, so I started following Megan, but I never really tapped into their Know For Sure podcast. So this episode is not me discussing the details of their friendship and their friendship breakup, because I don't know shit about it, and I'm not looking to dissect anybody's friendship breakups, or anything like that. But I am here to talk about friendship breakups. I have been wanting to talk about this topic because it is a topic that I unfortunately have experience with. I ain't talking about just no one little friendship breakup. I am talking, I kind of don't even want to say this, but I'm not big on transparency either, but I'm learning to be big on transparency if I want to do this podcasting thing. So I've had five friendship breakups over the course of, 2023, 22, 21, over the span of 2 years. 21, 22, 23. Yeah, over the span of 2 years. Within the past 2 years, I've experienced 5 friendship breakups. And I don't say that confidently because it's uncomfortable to talk about. It has been uncomfortable to unpack and heal from, because these weren't no little friends that I met like a year ago or 2 years ago. These were like my dogs, my ride or dies, like people that I've been knowing 10 plus, 20 plus years. That ain't something to take lightly, and I don't take it lightly. And so the reason why I wanted to come and talk about, I've always wanted to talk about this topic, but it's still something that I am healing through and working through. And I also didn't want to come from a place of anger or bitterness, because there was some anger through the healing process, and there was some bitterness. But now I am in a different space, and I feel like I'm okay to talk about friendship breakups. And I'm not even about to go into details about the actual friendship breakups. Today's topic is 10 things that I've learned from navigating friendship breakups. So if you've experienced a friendship breakup, or if you're going through a friendship breakup, or if you've had one in the past and you still haven't unpacked and healed from that, then this podcast episode is for you, because I'm going to be touching on highlighting 10 things that I have learned from these 5 friendship breakups. 10 things that I've learned over the course of the 2 years of me dealing with these breakups. And I will give y'all a little bit of background information, but this is not intended to tear anybody down or, I'm just here to state the facts and help somebody else who might be experiencing a friendship breakup, because we don't talk about how serious friendship breakups are. Like, especially like hardcore ride or die friends. And I was seeing in the comments with Megan and B. Simone, people are like, so many different people are saying like after 20 years, like y'all gonna break up after 20 years, like that wasn't a real friendship. No, that is not the case. After 20 years, yes, a friendship breakup is necessary, like it, or not necessary, a friendship breakup is possible. And people, I think we put too much emphasis on history, because history, yes, it means something, but sometimes history is not enough to stand on, to sustain. It's not sustainable. History is not sustainable for a healthy friendship or a relationship. And I feel like friendships and relationships, they kind of go hand in hand. You just, in a friendship, it's just not the intimacy part. I feel like that's the major difference between a friendship and a relationship. Um, so it's like, yes, for people who've been in the comments, like after 20 years, would I want a real friendship? It probably was a real friendship. And to my knowledge, they had split. Like this isn't their first breakup. And I've experienced that too, where I had a friendship breakup, and that was the very first one, where we had been friends for 20 plus years, and we had our differences here and there. And then the first time that we broke up, it's like I ghosted. And granted, I'm here to say that ghosting is not the move, especially if you've been on someone 20 plus years. Ghosting is not the move. And it might be circumstantial, but like for that situation, I felt like ghosting was corny. But at the time, I was I was getting advice from other people, and it just really wasn't my thing. I do like to talk about things, and I guess it depends, because I can't run from confrontation sometimes. I have not run from conversation, but just like confrontation makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But I've gotten better with that over clearly. Anywho, like I said, I'm not here to talk about the actual content of my personal friendship breakups, but to shed light on things that I've learned over the course of these past 2 years with friendship. And each of my friendship breakups were, yeah, all of them were with friends that I've known for 10 to 20 plus years. Yeah. So, number one, with that being said, the first thing I've learned when navigating this friendship breakup situation is that all friends aren't created equally. Like, some friends are seasonal, whether that season is 10 years, 20 years, 1 year, 1 month. Like, people are seasonal in your life. And once you embrace the fact that not everybody is meant to stay in your life forever, it gets easier to release people from your life and break up with people. And so that was the first thing I learned, is like friendships are seasonal. And for Megan and B Simone, like their season might be up. Like it just is what it is. It might be up. And even in TV, like TV characters like Issa and Molly, like they had their rough patches, but they eventually got back together. And so it's just, but Tony and Joan from Girlfriends, like they broke up, got back together, and then they broke up for good. It's like all friendships are not created equally. Like just some friends aren't meant to be in your life forever like you expect them to be. And you got to learn how to be okay with that, because if not, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So that's one. That's one. The second thing I learned is that some breakups be overdue. Like I said, I don't know the history of Megan and B Simone, but maybe this friendship breakup was ever overdue, and maybe they weren't meant to get back together in the first place. I don't know, but I've learned from the 5 friendship breakups that I had, that some of those breakups were indeed overdue. They were over. It just is what it is. Like just like in romantic relationships, sometimes as women, I feel like women are more prone to do this than men are. We are known to stay longer, to drag things out, of whether it's for the sake of loyalty or for the sake of love, for the sake of not wanting to be alone. I think women are known to hold on to broken relationships or friendships longer than men are. And so we are, like I said, some breakups are overdue. And in the moment it might hurt because you're just like, damn, like I thought we was in this for the long haul. And if you value loyalty like I do, like that one, like for me, I think that was one of the hardest parts for me, especially with people that I've been down rocking with since middle school, since college, like people that I thought were gonna be in my wedding whenever God decides to send my man. Like, what? So you telling me now I need to like rearrange my bridesmaids list because these people aren't in the picture no more. But honestly, like some friendships are overdue. You see the red flags, you see the signs, you brush it off, and it's like no. And I think that's the problem right there too. If you have been known to brush things off, if you had issues, and that might be the case with them, like they've had their issues over time and kept brushing shit off, and it just pile up. And I think the show Sisters does a really great job of showing what it looks like to have uncomfortable conversations within the duration of your friendship. I feel like with some of the friendship breakups that I had I confronted certain shit like head on, then maybe we wouldn't have needed, maybe the friendship breakup wouldn't have been overdue. I don't know, but some of those I'm just like, if I'm being real with myself, this breakup was overdue. It was overdue. It was necessary, and it's like some breakups are necessary, and again, you got to learn to be okay with that, and you got to learn to accept that this shit was overdue, and it's okay to admit that. Number three, you friend, you got to honor your feelings. Don't be brushing shit off. And when I say honor your feelings, I mean on both ends of the spectrum. Honor how you feel about the friendship breakup. Honor how you feel with letting go, with grieving. Because when you break up with a friend, you ultimately go through the grieving process. And in the grieving stages, we talked about this in the previous podcast episode, where I spoke with the therapist about trauma, grief, and navigating grief and trauma. There are 5 stages of grief. I forgot the 5 stages. I know it's anger, sadness, regret. I don't remember the other 2, but check out the other video. And the therapist talks about the 5 stages of grief. But like when you go through a friendship breakup, you grieve the memories, you grieve not having that person in your life anymore. And it's like grieving someone who's passed away and grieving someone who's still on this earth, y'all just no longer are in each other's lives. I feel like, I mean, they're both hard, but it's like, how do you grieve someone that's still on this earth that you even might have to cross paths with? Like, that shit is hard. It's really hard, especially if this is somebody who you thought y'all was gonna be rocking forever. Like, that's hard to do, and it's okay to honor your feelings, whether you miss them or whether you're mad at them. Whatever your feelings are, allow yourself to feel those feelings so that they can pass through, and so that you won't hold on to those feelings in your body, because your body holds on to emotions if you don't release them. So honor your feelings in that way, but also honor your feelings in the friendship. However they made you feel, if they made you feel small, if they made you feel unheard, whatever you felt, your truth is your truth. So honor your feelings is honoring your truth from that friendship, whether they understood where you were coming from or not. If y'all had a conversation, whether they understood where you were coming from or not, you got to honor your feelings and honor your truth, because can't nobody tell you how they made you feel. Okay? Can't nobody tell you how they made you feel, just like you can't tell nobody how you made them feel. So honor your feelings in both ways. Like, honor your feelings, friend, because you have that right. You have that right to honor your feelings in whatever way you need to, and whatever those feelings are. Honor them, invite them in so that they can pass through. Invite them in and then release them. Like, yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm hurt. Whatever you feeling. Like, yes, I felt unheard in this friendship. Yes, I felt small in this friendship. Like, yes. Okay? Honor them feelings. And then with that being said, when you honor your feelings, like, really sit and reflect on the friendship. Well, why did I feel this way in this friendship? What were they doing that made me feel this way? But also, how did I show up in a friendship that contributed to how I felt in the friendship? So really, I think that's one of the biggest things that helped me to heal and grow throughout this process, is reflecting on the friendship, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And ask yourself, like, what did I contribute to this friendship? What did the pros and the cons, what did I contribute to this friendship? What did they contribute to this friendship? What did I learn? Because everybody that we cross paths with, they're meant to teach us something. I truly believe that they're meant to teach us something, and we're meant to teach them something. So what did this person teach me about myself? What did this person teach me about friendship? What did this person teach me about love? Because we love our friends, right? I will hope you love your friends. Like, what did this person teach me about love? What did this person teach me about communication? That was the biggest one for me. What did I learn about communication throughout this friendship, and also throughout this breakup process? Because if I'm honest, some of the friendship breakups were a bit iffy. I've ghosted. I've been ghosted. And one, there was just like words said that it's just like, oh, it's fuck you for life. Like, on both ends, because she might feel the same way about what I had to say. So it's just like, and that's the only thing I'm like, damn, I never thought we would ever get here. Like, I think that's the hardest part, is like, damn, I never thought that's my dog. Like, I never thought we'd get here. I never would have thought you would say some shit like this to me. And I never would have thought that I had to, say some shit like this to you. And yeah. So reflect and grow from your reflection. And I feel like that's how you grow. That's how you become a better friend. That's how you become a better person. That's how you become a better partner. Because I think, like I said, friendships and romantic relationships, I feel like they go, for the most part, they go hand in hand. And so reflect on that friendship and grow from that reflection. But in reflecting, you gotta be real with yourself. Like, you gotta, and honestly, that was one of the hard parts. It's like, well, damn, what role did I play in this? Because everybody want to be the victim, but I am from these 5 friendship, I keep expressing 5 friendship breakups. From these 5 friendship breakups, I'm just like, and then everyone, I went down the list. What role did I play in this? Was that yeah, what role did I play in this? What role did I play in how I may have hurt them? What role did I play in how they hurt me? Did I not express my boundaries? Did I not communicate my boundaries effectively? Like, you really got to be real with yourself and take that shit to the chin. Like, okay, take it to the chin, take that shit to the chin, and just be like, all right, cool. Like, that wasn't cool. This wasn't cool. All right, I eat that. You got to eat it and learn from it and grow from it. Because when I say, I might do a part 2 to this episode, because I feel like I have so much to say, and I'm trying not to go into too much detail about the friendship breakups, because it's still fresh. It's only been 2 years. And like I said, people that have been in my life for 10 to 20 plus years. And yeah. Okay. And so the fifth thing that I've learned is like in that reflection, you learn more about yourself if you're real with yourself. And from there, damn, what was that? You gotta practice self compassion and forgiveness, friend. Cause we are our biggest critic. Um we are so hard on ourselves sometimes. And I know for me, in most of the friendship breakups, nah, I say the first three. I did beat myself up. I did. I beat myself up about what I did or didn't do. Like I felt bad thinking of the fact that I probably more than likely hurt them. Because my intentions is never to hurt anybody, especially somebody that I love. Like and then when I thinking about how I may have hurt them, it hurt me even more. And it just kind of like, in a way, I'm just like, damn, Marika, like, but it's like you gotta give yourself grace and practice self-compassion, because that should eat you up. It will eat you up. Okay? But you really gotta learn how to love on yourself during this. If you're navigating a friendship breakup, self-care, love on yourself, forgive yourself. Like that's big. For you gotta forgive yourself. You gotta forgive them too. I think a huge factor in you forgiving yourself is you forgiving them. Sorry, I'm a little parched. But yeah, I think a huge factor in your you practicing self forgiveness is learning to forgive them. And if you've forgiven them, but you haven't forgiven yourself, you're just like, how you gonna forgive them, but you can't forgive you? Like, you gotta be your own best friend. You gotta be your own best friend. So forgive yourself. Play as fuck up too. You feel me? No, but for real, we're all human. None of us are perfect, and it's like I get that none of us are perfect, but honestly, like some friendship breakups are just meant to be. It's just meant to be. And it's not like trying to demonize them. And you might go through a phase where you do demonize them and blame everything on them. But I'm here to tell you, it ain't all on them. That's a hard pill to swallow. Hard pill to swallow. But it ain't all on them. You played a role. You played a role in it too. But you got to figure out what role you played. Okay? For me, some of the roles that I played is a lack of communication, not expressing my boundaries. And in some cases, I did express my boundaries and wasn't heard. So, not believing in myself, not trusting myself. And from having that reflection and being honest with myself, it helped me to grow in these areas. Y'all, I'm telling you, you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta be real with yourself when you going through this healing phase of the friendship breakup, because if not, you ain't gonna grow from it. Dead ass. And you probably gonna see the same shit happen in the next friendship. It just is what it is. And with that being said, number 6, nurture other relationships. Like I said, you take what you learn from those whatever, however many friendship breakups you had. In my case, is 5. You take what you've learned about yourself and about people, and you apply it to whatever relationships you have left, and be a better friend, be a better partner, be a better sister, daughter, mother, whatever. Be a better person and show up more and show up better in the relationships that you still have. Like, nurture those friendships, express gratitude for those friendships that you still have left, because they matter too. All right. And number 7, here we on number 7. Rediscover yourself, y'all. I can honestly say any type of breakup is part of the self-love journey. Like, in that journey, if you do what you're supposed to do, you rediscover yourself. You like, for instance, I love Issa and Molly's on Insecure. I loved watching Issa's journey, her self love journey, and also Molly's self love journey. But I loved Issa's self love journey because we see her go through these different stages, and then during the time of her and Molly's friendship breakup, like you see, she becomes a career woman. Like you just see her growth, and you see Molly's growth too. Like Molly goes to therapy. I don't think it was a result. I don't know if it was a result of her and Issa's breakup, but you see, like she go to therapy. Issa quits her job and finds her way on her career journey, and it's like it's a part of your self love journey. It's a part of your growth. So take the time out to rediscover yourself. Like, who are you as a result of that friendship? Who are you as a result of that breakup? Who did you become? Like, what type of person did you become as a result of this? And I urge you, please don't cling to anger and bitterness, because it's only going to stunt your growth. It's only going to hold you back. And you ain't gonna reap no type of no positive benefits from holding on to anger and bitterness, or villainizing them. And granted, yeah, they probably were a villain in your story, like, but you probably were a villain in their story too. But and it's okay to admit that. Like, I ain't taking nothing away from self or from them. It's just like, again, it is what it is. But really think about, like, who am I as a result of this? And who do I want to be moving forward? And I can honestly say, like, going through the journey of healing from the friendship breakups, like, this woman that I'm becoming, I'm just like, oh, y'all knew me, but y'all don't know me now. Like, y'all know me then, you don't know me now. So you might see me on social media, but you don't know me no more. You don't know me no more. So stand in that. Stand in who you are now. Don't give a fuck about what people might be saying or thinking about you. If they still have access to your social media profiles, or if you still have to cross paths with them, like, don't worry about that. Just stand in who you are now. Like, stand in who you are now confidently, but you really gotta create a space for you to nurture who you are now. So I urge you to create that space for yourself. Create a home for you. Like, become your own home, become your own safe space. All right. Number 8. Learn to set healthy boundaries. I think a few of the 5 friendship breakups was part of the result of me not setting my boundaries or being vocal about my boundaries. And in part is because, honestly, I don't really think I knew my boundaries. Boundaries were not a conversation back then. Like, I'm telling, like I said, these are people that I've known since middle school and college. It's like, who was talking about boundaries? We didn't grow up learning that. Like, we didn't grow up talking about communication styles and emotional intelligence. I ain't know none of that shit growing up or in college. Like, this is all new to me. And so now, like I said, after reflecting on those friendships, now moving forward in current friendships and relationships, I know I'm able to effectively express what my boundaries are, what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And I'm now comfortable in expressing those boundaries. And granted, in some of those friendships, I did express the boundaries and they weren't heard. They weren't being heard. And so I think friendship breakups teach you how to express your boundaries, how to figure out what your boundaries are first, because you're going to reflect, right? You're going to reflect on that friendship breakup, that you're going to reflect on that friendship and also on the breakup and why you broke up. And you're going to figure out what your boundaries are. Okay, this is my boundary. And you're going to express it in future friendships and relationships, right? Okay. Number 9. Okay, so I've said this a few times about, like, not villainizing them. And one of the things that, because if I'm honest, it was hard to not villainize them in the beginning. It was hard to not play the victim in the beginning. Because we really oftentimes think we are the victim, and sometimes we are the victim. But at the same time, it's like, what role did I play in this? And in that, one of the things that helped me to overcome the anger and the bitterness that I had towards them is expressing gratitude. Y'all, I know y'all probably tired of hearing express gratitude. And I ain't talking about toxic positivity. Okay? I'm not talking about toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is like, oh, it could be worse. Or you got to count your blessings. Those are examples of toxic positivity. I'm trying to think of one that relates to friendship breakups. And maybe me saying don't villainize them is toxic positivity. I don't know. Or maybe me saying, what role did you play in it? It might be toxic positivity. I don't know. But all in all, I think toxic positivity is putting a band-aid over how you really feel and also over the truth. So me saying express gratitude towards them is not in any way saying I'm not advocating for toxic positivity. I'm saying when you really look back on over the friendship, because it couldn't have been all bad. Couldn't have been all bad. If it was all bad, then that's on you. Okay? Really sit and think about what, let me not get emotional. Really sit back and think about what you got from that friendship. What are you thankful for from that friendship? Like, really look back on the good times and be grateful. Express gratitude for the good times. Express gratitude for what you learned from them. Express gratitude for their families, because every friendship, all the 5 of those friendships, like, I became part of their family, like, dead ass. And that's another reason why it was so hard to, like, embrace and accept the fact that we weren't friends anymore. And so when you express gratitude, it's going to help you to forgive them. It's going to help you to forgive yourself. It's going to help you to let go. And it's going to help you to heal. I'm telling y'all, like, that expressing gratitude, and I even wrote all of them letters, all except one. Because this one is the most recent one, but like all except one, I wrote them letters. I didn't send a letter. What's the one I did send an email, but it wasn't the letter. Like, I wrote a letter to literally everyone. First, I wrote a letter of anger, like me dogging their asses and saying everything that I wanted to say and needed to say to get it off my chest. And then the second letter was a letter of gratitude, thanking them for all the good times, for all the things that they taught me, for the sisterhood, for the friendship, for, yeah, emotional walls. So writing, okay. Yeah, we still healing over here. So express gratitude towards that person. You can do what I did. You can write a letter, an anger letter, like getting all your emotions out, and then after that, write a letter of gratitude. Why was this person such a pivotal part of your life? Like, why was this person in your life for the duration of the time that they were in your life? Like, express gratitude towards them. You can choose to give it to them, or you cannot, but it's for your healing. And then number 10, I don't even know if I can say this one. I can, but emotional walls. Number 10, It's okay to let go. Yeah. Ah! It's okay. It's okay to release them from, your subconscious. It's okay to let go. Like, you gotta give yourself, this is what I learned. Like, you gotta give yourself permission to let them go. Like I told y'all before, like, these are people that were been in my life since middle school and college. And so, like, thinking about, damn, they ain't gonna be there for this, for that, for this, for that. All these plans we made, like, like this person was supposed to be and these people, actually all five of them, I had planned on them being in my wedding. One of them, we talked about buying property in the South, and it's just like, it's okay to let them go, let those dreams of that friendship go. Like, it's okay. You gotta give yourself permission, because if not, you're gonna hold on and hold on. You're gonna drag your healing process out if you don't give yourself permission to let go. But the key in giving yourself permission to let go is you got to be ready to let go. And that might take some time, because granted, it took me some time. That might take you some time, and that's okay. Don't rush your healing process. Healing is not something that you speed through. It's a process. And I urge you not to go through that process alone. Like, go to therapy. You're going to always hear me tell you to go to therapy, because therapy works and it helps. Go to therapy, journal your feelings, write letters, work out, eat healthy. Self-care, like I said, self-care is a huge component to healing from these friendship breakups. And so, number 10 is it's okay to let go. Every time I say that, it gets me emotional, because it's like, damn. And I'm sure Megan and B Simone probably might feel the same way. Like, damn. Like, because it is a damn. Like, damn. Whether they were in the wrong or not, it's still a damn. And it's like, can those friendships be mended? And then this is where I relate to Megan and B Simone. Is like, I heard that they've been friends for 20 plus years. They broke up and got back together recently. And in my opinion, it doesn't work. I tried it and it don't work. Especially if you do it too soon and you haven't even healed from whatever your issue is with that person. Like, and if the other party isn't willing to take accountability, then it's gonna be hard. Or that y'all don't see eye to eye when it comes to certain things, it ain't gonna work. But even in other cases where it's just like, I'm thinking back on the 5 friendship breakups that I've had. I don't see me mending nothing. I don't. And this ain't coming from a place of anger or bitterness. It's just like, no. Like, one of the things I heard from, I think, breakup number 2, I heard, stop resisting. Because I was trying to hold on. I was trying to, like, honestly, I was putting the blame on myself instead of holding them accountable, because you got to hold people accountable for their shit too. Like, yeah, accept that you played a role, but also hold them accountable to their shit as well. Because it ain't all on you, just like it ain't all on them. Okay? But I'm just like, I heard stop resisting. And that's where I just was like, okay. But that helped me with the rest of the friendship breakups, to not resist what God is doing. Like, if you'll know, like, you will probably question, like, well, how do you know whether or not to mend it or not? It's like, you will know. This is where you got to practice self-awareness and discernment. You'll know. You'll know. And ask God if you don't know, because he'll show you. He'll show you. You know. All right, y'all. That is the sun is going down and my lighting is probably getting worse. But those are the 10 things I've learned about navigating friendship breakups. Let's recap. Number 1, all friendships are not created equally. Some friendships are just seasonal. It is what it is. Number 2, breakup was probably overdue. More than likely, it was overdue. Number 3, sis, I know your feelings. It's okay. Remember, we talked about it in both ways. If you can't remember, go back and rewind it. Number 4, reflect on the friendship and grow from your reflection. I feel like that's one of the most important parts is reflecting and growing from that reflection. Number 5, practice self-compassion and forgiveness. Friends, give yourself grace. Forgive them, but most importantly, forgive yourself. Number 6, nurture the other relationships that are in your life because they're still in your life for a reason. So try not to focus so much on the breakup. Focus on honing in on who's left in your life. Number 7, rediscover who you are. Rediscover who you are. All right. Number 8, learn to set healthy boundaries. Once you figure out what your boundaries are, set them in the relationships that are still in your life, that are left in your life. Number 9, express gratitude toward the friend that you broke up with. Express gratitude for everything that you've learned. Express gratitude for friendship. And number 10, deep breath in. Number 10, it's okay to let them go. Deuce. It's okay to let them go. All right, friend. I know how hard friendship breakups are, especially if they people that you've been rocking with for some time. But you got this. You got this. Remember conscious acts of self-love. We practice self-love in every way, in all ways. Okay? But I am truly sending you love and light on this journey. If you are going through a friendship breakup, I'm sending you love and light because I know it's not easy. Love and light, love and light, love and light. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast or the YouTube channel, please subscribe and follow me over on TikTok because that's where we're popping at, okay? All right, y'all. Love and light. Remember to live, laugh, love yourselves. Peace.